Hello everybody, it's JP Brooks, and today I'll be reviewing the LEGO Elf Clubhouse. And this is set number 10275. Comes with 1,197 pieces, 4 minifigures, 1 reindeer, which is a brand new mold, and is of course for the Winter Village collection. And this set came out last year and was the first Winter Village set to have the new black box art. And it doesn't look that bad. I, of course, would like the older version since it kind of fits the Winter Village more. But it looks pretty cool. You have a white, or well, not white, but like blue, like kind of light behind the set, which looks really nice. And then you have the white trim on the bottom of all the white pieces. And then on the top left, it says Elf Clubhouse. And the top of the box shows you the 4 figures as well as the reindeer and the actual size of one of the pieces. And then if you go to the back of the box, it shows you all the different features of the set on the top right, as well as the interior of the Elf Clubhouse and the measurements of the set. And here are the 4 minifigures in this set, being the 4 elves, which all have the same leg, torso printing, as well as the same headpiece for their elf ears and their hat. But they all have different faces, and the girl on the left has a red scarf, and the guy on the right has a little megaphone. And this figure and that figure has 2 faces, which are those 2 other ones, and then the other 2 have the only 1 face. And the set does come with a orange brick separator, as well as 5 stickers, all being used in the Elf Clubhouse, except one of them, which we'll look at in a second. But this is the first side build, which is this Christmas tree, and it's a pretty cool build. I like the star. That's probably my favorite part of this build. But I don't like the tree that much because I feel like it has way too many of these studs representing ornaments, but it's still a pretty cool tree and not that bad of a build. And that just has a little white bottom to represent it sitting on the snow. And here's the reindeer as well as the sleigh that connects to it, and I'll take that off just so we could see the reindeer a little bit better. It's just attached to those 2 clips. But here's the reindeer. This is the brand new mold that we got last year, and it also came in the Santa sleigh this year. But it's a very nice mold. It looks really nice. It has the big antlers on the top, and then there's also just a little gold piece in the middle with these studs to connect it to the sleigh. But it's a really nice animal and a really cool mold for it. And then if you wanted to connect the sleigh back, you just put these on the studs on the reindeer. There we go. And then you could like kind of make them like run with the sleigh. And the sleigh is a pretty cool build as well. It has some flames on the back, as well as a little seat for your elf if you wanted them to stand in there and they could pilot the sleigh. So it's a pretty cool build and a little nice addition to the set. And here are the rest of the side builds in the set. We'll start off with the left. There's a little old-fashioned computer, which is probably my favorite build of this set. And this is used by the elves to generate all the names for the nice list and the naughty list. And you can see the sticker there saying the nice list and all the names just represented by those lines. But this is probably my favorite build out of all of them. It looks so cool, and it looks just like exactly like the computer in real life. And it's also on a little brown table, which is a nice little addition. And then the next build is this little toy plane, and it's a pretty simple build, but it looks really nice. And you got the little yellow propeller in the front. And then the next build is the pirate ship, which also looks really cool. It's probably my second favorite to the computer, but it's a really nice build. You got the little holes on the side for like the cannons to shoot out of and the 2 sails, but it looks really nice. It's a really nice little build. And then the next one is the piano, which is a very simple build, but really gets the job done. You got the piano keys on the top, and then it just sits there on these 2 like Technic pieces. So that's a pretty cool build, very simple one, but really looks nice. And then you have the 2 presents with some red and white and blue stripes right there. And here is the Elf Clubhouse. It's a really nice model, and I love the color that they used for the house and then the bottom, and it just really contrasts well. But we'll first take a look at the bottom part of the outside, and then we'll make our way up. On the first floor, out or like outside area, you could see just all the different snow pieces with some like slopes and corners just to represent different piles of snow. And then on the side, you could see a little like a snowshoe rack for the elves. And then if you move more to the right, you could see the North Pole sign, as well as the workshop sign, and that kind of moves if you want to angle it to whatever you want, but you could see the North Pole pointing that way, the workshop that way, and then you could see the little path in the front to the entrance of the elf clubhouse, and there's a little door that also opens just like that, so you could just open it by that little stud right there. And then there's also a little tree as well as a little lamp next to the door. And then there's 3 windows on the front of the elf clubhouse with some piles of snow on the outside part of it. And if you move more to the right, you could see the reindeer shack where you could put your reindeer in or your sleigh. So I have my reindeer, you could kind of fit him in there, but I feel like it's more for the sleigh because he can't really fit in there that well. So if you want to put the sleigh in it, I feel like it would be much easier, and that's probably what these pieces are for, because it just slides in and fits right in there. So that's probably what that's for. I feel like it would have been nicer if you were able to fit the actual reindeer in it, but the sled fits in there pretty nice, and you could see just a little gate on the side of it, and you could take that right out. And then there's also a wreath up here, which is a really nice build, and it looks really nice above the door. And now we'll look at the second floor of the outside of the elf clubhouse, which has some nice woodworking on the front and a little window in the middle, which you could open from the other side. And then if you go to this side, you could see another window, as well as the roof covered in snow here and on the top. And there's just some nice little details there. And on the other side, it has the exact same window as that side, with some nice detailing and a window with some snow on the outside. But this side has a little balcony here for a telescope, which is pretty cool. So you can see the telescope right there on the little balcony with some snow and some gate pieces. And then if you wanted, you could put an elf figure in there, but you might have to kind of maneuver him since the gate might be in the way. But you could put him in there, make it look like he's using the telescope. But that's a pretty cool, neat detail that they added to this set. And then if you move over and up a bit, you could see the whole entire roof in the front has this string of lights, which is really nice. And you could see it has some red, blue, and green lights, which looks really cool. And then we'll take a look at the interior, which there is a bunch of little details. And we'll first take a look at the first floor, which is the workshop part of the elf clubhouse. And on the left here, you could see 2 chairs and a table with a dish of waffles and a little cup of maybe hot cocoa. And a sticker back there with the 4 elves included in the set with Santa Claus, which was a pretty nice detail that they added. And then you could see a light back here, as well as a little storage unit, I guess, with a drawer, some cups, a little pot of tea, as well as a little bottle of water maybe back there. And then this is my favorite part of the interior. It's the wrapping station, and you can see a present on the counter over there. And they used the door pieces for the cars as a little wrapping station, kind of like hanging down, so they could wrap the presents, which I thought was a really neat use of that piece. And you could also see a little scissor on that clip right there for them to cut the wrapping paper. And here is the second floor. The top has a calendar for December, and it says the 24 date circled since that's Christmas. But you could see on the right a little nightstand with a lamp, as well as a little chair for them to sit on. And you have a green rug here, which looks pretty cool, as well as a little dresser back there with a little teacup, as well as a present and some drawers. And here's the main function of this set. You could see the 3 beds here for 3 of the elves. And let's say you wanted to put one of your elves in the bed to make it look like they're sleeping or whatever. Let me put them somewhere else just so we could fit. There we go. And let's say it's time for them to wake up and start working on the toys, you see this clock here, you turn it and the bed shakes, so all the elves would pop out of their bed and then they would start to build the toys, which is a really neat little like function that they added. And then on the top of the second floor, you could see this little wreath or mistletoe, and then if you just push this down, you'll see the light goes on. So that's kind of where the light brick is in this set, and it looks really nice there. And you can kind of see it in the front as well. Actually, you can't see it, but it's a nice little part of that set, and it really lights up that room, especially if it was in the dark. And the last part of this set is this chimney, which is basically used as a waffle dispenser, which is a pretty unique idea. But you could see the chimney here, it's attached to those two clips, so you could kind of move it around if you wanted. But here's the front, you could see just some details with bricks and different colors. And then if you want to put it back this way, you could see the other side with similar details and a little stocking right here, which was a nice detail. And then the top of the chimney just has those little smokestacks as well as a little like rim around it. And if you were to go back down, here is where the other function is, which is the waffle dispenser. And this is a unique idea, like I said before. So you have the 3 waffles in there and a little pan here. So this is kind of how would you move it. So you would click or take this piece and move it up and then move it back down, and then you could see your waffle is in your pan and it comes right out. So that's a really unique idea. And then if you want to put your waffle back in, you could just go like that, and you could like keep on doing that for it, so the the elves could get their waffles. So that's a really unique idea. And then you could just put them back in right there, just like that. But that's probably one of the coolest functions of this set. And this set comes with 2 instruction manuals. The first one showing you how to build the reindeer as well as one of the elves and all the side builds. And then the second one shows you how to build the elf clubhouse and the 3 other elves. And in the back it shows you piece count as well as a kind of blueprint model of the elf clubhouse, which I thought was pretty cool, little detail in the back. But anyways, that's it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.